My dear friends, as I speak to you this morning, I am reminded of the countless souls who have sought the secret to transforming their lives, to multiplying their success beyond their wildest dreams. Through decades of teaching and witnessing the miraculous power of the spoken word, I have discovered that it is not in the grand gestures that we find our greatest victories, but in the sacred rituals we perform each morning as we greet the dawn of possibility. You see, the morning hours hold a mystical quality that the ancients understood, but we have forgotten in our hurried modern lives. It is in those precious moments between sleep and the world's demands that our consciousness is most malleable, most receptive to the divine messages that await us. When we align ourselves properly with the infinite intelligence that governs all success, all abundance, all joy, we create a vibrational frequency that magnetizes our good to us with an intensity that can multiply our results 100-fold. I have witnessed this truth in my own life and in the lives of countless students who have dared to believe in the power that lies dormant within them. There was a dear woman who came to me, broken in spirit and depleted in resources, who through the faithful practice of these morning principles transformed herself from a struggling seamstress into the owner of a thriving fashion house that employed dozens of workers. Her secret was not business acumen alone, though that came, but her unwavering commitment to beginning each day in perfect alignment with the divine will that desired only her highest good. The first sacred practice I share with you is the art of awakening with gratitude before your feet touch the floor. Before you allow your mind to race toward the worries and obligations that seem to multiply like weeds in an untended garden, you must claim the morning as holy ground. As consciousness returns to you, before you open your eyes, speak these words with the authority of one who knows their divine inheritance. I give thanks for this perfect day. Divine love goes before me, making straight and perfect my way. You must understand, my beloved friends, that gratitude is not merely a pleasant sentiment, but a magnetic force that draws unto you more of what you appreciate. When you begin your day acknowledging the perfection that surrounds you, even when circumstances appear otherwise, you set into motion spiritual laws that must respond to your faith. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, can only give you more of what you focus upon with genuine appreciation. I recall a gentleman who had been unemployed for months, his confidence shattered, his bank account dwindling. Each morning, he would awaken with dread, his first thoughts consumed by lack and limitation. When he learned to practice this morning gratitude, speaking it with conviction even when his logical mind protested, opportunities began to appear as if by magic. Within 6 weeks, he received 3 job offers, each better than the last. This is not coincidence, dear ones, but the inexorable working of spiritual law. The second practice that will revolutionize your success is the morning declaration of your perfect day. As you sit on the edge of your bed, feet planted firmly on the earth, you must speak with absolute authority over the day that stretches before you. Say these words as if you are issuing a divine decree. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Every person I meet, every situation I encounter, every opportunity that presents itself is orchestrated by divine intelligence for my highest good. You see, most people stumble through their days like ships without rudders, tossed about by every wind of circumstance. But when you begin your morning by declaring the perfection of your day, you become the captain of your destiny, steering your vessel by the North Star of divine guidance. The spoken word carries creative power that reshapes reality according to the image held in consciousness. There was a saleswoman who struggled for years, barely meeting her quotas, filled with anxiety before each client meeting. When she began declaring her perfect day each morning, visualizing successful interactions and grateful customers, her entire experience transformed. Not only did she exceed her targets month after month, but she found joy in work that had once felt like drudgery. The same job, the same company, but an entirely different reality, because she had learned to speak life and success into her days before they began. The third practice involves the sacred act of forgiveness, for unforgiveness is like carrying burning coals in your pocket. You cannot succeed while harboring resentment, anger, or hurt toward any person or situation. Each morning, you must clear your mental and emotional field of these toxic vibrations that block the flow of good into your life. Stand before your mirror and speak these powerful words. I forgive everyone who has ever hurt me. I forgive myself for every mistake I have made. I release all anger, all resentment, all hurt from my consciousness. I am free, and in my freedom, I am aligned with the abundant flow of divine love. As you speak these words, feel the weight lifting from your soul. Forgiveness is not for the benefit of others, though they may benefit, but for your own liberation from the prison of negative emotion. I witnessed a businessman who had been locked in a bitter legal battle with his former partner for 3 years. The stress was destroying his health, his marriage, and his ability to create new success. When he finally embraced this morning practice of forgiveness, speaking release over the situation daily, not only did the lawsuit resolve in his favor, but his former partner approached him with a new business opportunity that proved more profitable than their original venture. This is the miraculous power of forgiveness to transform enemies into allies and obstacles into opportunities. The fourth morning practice is the visualization of your ideal day unfolding in perfect harmony. After you have cleansed your consciousness through gratitude and forgiveness, you must paint upon the canvas of your imagination the masterpiece you desire to create. See yourself moving through your day with confidence and grace. Visualize meetings going smoothly, projects completing successfully, relationships harmonizing beautifully. But you must not merely see these images in your mind's eye, you must feel them in your body. Experience the emotions of success, abundance, and joy as if they were already your reality. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between vividly imagined experience and actual experience. When you consistently visualize success with emotional intensity, you program your inner guidance system to recognize and create opportunities that match your mental images. A young entrepreneur shared with me her struggle to grow her small bakery. Each morning, she would visualize customers lined up outside her door, the aroma of fresh bread filling the air, orders coming in faster than she could fulfill them. She felt the satisfaction of serving delicious food, the joy of financial abundance, the pride of building something meaningful. Within 1 year, she had expanded to 3 locations and was featured in the city's most prestigious food magazine. Her outer world simply conformed to the inner reality she had been faithfully creating each morning. The fifth practice is the morning affirmation of your divine identity and inherent power. Too many souls walk through life, seeing themselves as small, limited, powerless beings at the mercy of circumstances beyond their control. But you must remember who you truly are, a spiritual being having a human experience, endowed with the same creative power that spoke the universe into existence. Stand tall and declare with unwavering conviction, I am a perfect idea in divine mind. I am equipped with everything I need to succeed abundantly. Infinite intelligence flows through me, guiding my thoughts, words, and actions. I am a magnet for miracles, opportunities, and perfect right action. Success is my divine birthright, and I claim it now. These are not empty words, but metaphysical truths that, when spoken with faith and repetition, begin to transform your consciousness from the inside out. You cannot speak these truths consistently without beginning to embody them. A woman who had been passed over for promotion repeatedly began this practice, and within months, not only was she promoted, but she was offered a position with another company at double her current salary. When you know who you are in the realm of spirit, the material world must adjust to accommodate that truth. The sixth morning practice involves setting a clear intention for divine guidance throughout your day. Most people rush into their activities relying solely on their limited human perspective, missing the subtle promptings of infinite wisdom that seeks to guide them toward their highest good. Each morning, you must humble yourself before the altar of divine intelligence and request its guidance. Speak these words with sincerity. Divine intelligence, I place this day in your hands. Guide my steps, direct my decisions, and open my eyes to see the opportunities you place before me. Let me be a clear channel for your wisdom and love. Show me what to do, where to go, what to say, and to whom to speak. I trust your perfect plan for my life. Throughout your day, remain alert to the subtle inner promptings, the unexpected encounters, the sudden ideas that seem to come from nowhere. These are often the voice of your higher self, directing you toward your greatest success. I have seen people completely transform their financial circumstances by following what seemed like insignificant hunches, calling an old friend who offered them a business opportunity, taking a different route to work that led to an important meeting, or picking up a book that contained the exact information they needed. A stockbroker who had been losing money consistently began asking for divine guidance each morning and then following his intuitive insights rather than relying solely on market analysis. Not only did his portfolio recover, but he became one of the most sought-after advisors in his firm. When human wisdom partners with divine intelligence, extraordinary results become ordinary occurrences. The seventh and final morning practice is the conscious cultivation of an attitude of expectancy and faith. Most people begin their days with neutral expectations at best, hoping things will go well but preparing for disappointment. But when you understand the creative power of expectation, you realize that you draw onto yourself precisely what you expect to receive. Each morning, before you leave your sacred space of preparation, you must cultivate a feeling of delicious anticipation, as if you know that something wonderful is about to happen. Speak these words with the excitement of a child anticipating Christmas morning. I expect miracles today. I expect unexpected blessings, divine appointments, and perfect solutions to appear. I expect to be in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people and discovering the right opportunities. My faith is my fortune, and I go forth expecting abundance in every area of my life. This attitude of expectancy creates what I call a miracle magnet around you. When you genuinely expect good things to happen, you become more alert to opportunities, more open to receiving help, more willing to take inspired action. Your very presence begins to radiate a frequency that attracts favorable circumstances and supportive people. I think of a widow who had been struggling to make ends meet after her husband's death. Each morning, she would declare her expectation of provision and abundance, even when her bank account suggested otherwise. One morning, while walking with this attitude of expectancy, she struck up a conversation with a woman at the park who mentioned needing help with her elderly mother. This casual encounter led to a position as a companion that not only met her financial needs, but brought great joy and meaning to her life. When we expect good, good expectation never fails us. Now, my dear friends, you might wonder why these simple practices could possibly multiply your success by 100 times. The answer lies in understanding that success is not merely about working harder or being more clever, though these have their place. True success flows from alignment with the infinite source of all good, and this alignment happens not in the doing but in the being. When you begin each day with these 7 practices, you are tuning your consciousness like a radio to the frequency of success. You are clearing away the static of doubt, fear, and limitation that blocks the reception of divine guidance. You are programming your subconscious mind to recognize and act upon opportunities that others miss. You are raising your vibration to match the abundant life that is your divine inheritance. The multiplication effect occurs because, when you are properly aligned, you work with the universe rather than against it. Instead of struggling upstream against the current of limitation, you learn to flow with the river of divine supply. Doors open that you never knew existed. People appear who are eager to help you succeed. Resources materialize from unexpected sources. Solutions to problems present themselves as if by magic. But remember, beloved ones, these practices must be performed with faith, not merely as mechanical exercises. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. When you speak these words, visualize these outcomes, and cultivate these attitudes with genuine faith in their power to transform your life. You set into motion spiritual laws that must respond. I have seen a failing restaurant become the most popular establishment in town when the owner began these morning practices with unwavering faith. I have witnessed a struggling author become a best-selling novelist when she learned to align her consciousness with success each morning. I have observed a shy salesperson transform into a confident leader when he discovered the power of morning spiritual preparation. The key is consistency and faith. These practices are not magic formulas that work once and then fade away. They are spiritual disciplines that, like physical exercise, become more powerful with regular practice. Each morning that you faithfully perform these rituals, you strengthen your spiritual muscles, deepen your faith, and increase your capacity to receive and recognize good. Some of you may protest that you don't have time for such elaborate morning preparations. But I ask you, do you have time for frustration, struggle, and mediocre results? These practices need not take more than 20 to 30 minutes, and the return on this investment of time is immeasurable. When you begin your day properly aligned, you work more efficiently, make better decisions, and attract more favorable circumstances throughout your day. Others may question whether such simple practices could really create such dramatic results. To you, I say, do not let the simplicity fool you. The most powerful forces in the universe operate through simple laws: gravity, magnetism, love. The Word of God is the most powerful force in existence, and when you learn to speak in harmony with divine truth, you harness this power for your success and the blessing of all whose lives you touch. As you embark upon this journey of morning transformation, be patient with yourself but persistent in your practice. Some mornings your faith may feel strong and your words powerful. Other mornings you may struggle to believe what you are speaking. Continue anyway. Faith often comes through the practice rather than before it. Speak the words even when you don't feel them. Visualize the outcomes even when they seem impossible. Expect miracles even when circumstances suggest otherwise. I have learned through years of teaching and personal experience that the universe is not only willing, but eager to bless us beyond our wildest dreams. The only limitation is our own consciousness, our own beliefs about what is possible for us. When we expand our consciousness through these morning practices, we expand our capacity to receive the abundant life that divine love desires to give us. Remember that you are not manipulating the universe through these practices, but aligning yourself with its natural flow toward wholeness, prosperity, and joy. You are not trying to get something from God, but recognizing what God is trying to give you. These morning practices simply clear away the debris of negative thinking that blocks the flow of good into your life. As you go forth from this moment, I encourage you to begin tomorrow morning with even one of these practices. Experience its power in your life before dismissing its simplicity. Add another practice when the first becomes natural. Continue until all 7 are woven into the fabric of your morning routine, like threads of gold in a magnificent tapestry. The life you desire is not some distant dream, but a present possibility waiting for your recognition and acceptance. Through these morning practices, you develop the spiritual eyes to see opportunities where others see obstacles, the divine ears to hear guidance where others hear only noise, and the faithful heart to expect miracles where others expect only the mundane. I leave you with this truth that has sustained me through every challenge and celebrated with me through every victory. You are loved beyond measure by a universe that conspires for your highest good. Every morning is a fresh opportunity to align with this love, to partner with this intelligence, and to manifest the abundant life that is your divine birthright. Go forth with confidence, knowing that as you practice these sacred morning rituals, you are not merely improving your chances for success, but aligning yourself with the very source of all success. May your days be filled with miracles, your path illuminated with divine guidance, and your heart overflowing with the joy that comes from knowing you are exactly where you belong, doing exactly what you came here to do, blessed beyond measure, and blessing others through the light that shines within you. The morning awaits, dear ones. Your transformation begins with the dawn.